Okay, so you've gone through the first few steps with everybody, and you probably have a sense of who's a sinker or who's not, or you probably know that you're a sinker or not. And so we've got some tests that help show that and help show the degree of that. So that's the first thing I want to do. I have a wonderful group of sinkers around me today. One of the things that happens for sinkers is that they'll go to classes with floaters, and all the people will do really, really well, and they'll feel like they're the only person in there who can't get it. And the truth is they're just not being taught a sinker way. And so we're going to show you teaching the sinker way. So at this point in time, we're going to start breaking the sinkers from the floaters. What you're going to see is there's this huge continuum. It's not like you're a floater, you're a sinker. There are a handful of people who are a sinker. There are a handful of people who are a floater. But they can change. And in fact, we have at least one today who's changed in the last 3 years. And so I'll probably talk about that a little bit. But first thing is what we call the vertical float. So we're going to have everybody float straight up and down. They're going to pull. This isn't deep enough to do it standing. It's nice to do it in a deep pool. But we're going to have them bend their knees, and they're going to be straight up and down. They're going to either lower themselves real slowly on the wall, real slowly on the wall, until they finally come to the place where they stop sinking and they just start floating, or they keep on going all the way to the bottom of the pool, and we'll see which one, we'll see how that works. We're going to do it with a good breath, like that. We're also going to do it with no breath or blowing out as we go down, and we'll watch people float, we'll watch people sink, we'll watch them sink faster. There are a couple of things, a couple of points I'll make along the way, but that'll get us started. Okay, so if you would, take your places, and let's just come down real slow. Van, if you'll come up, just so we'll have the extra shot. Lower yourself down, just go to your float, okay, real slowly. Those of you out here who are comfortable, if you're not comfortable, by the way, and you need to hang on to the side to do this, please do. There's no problem with that. If you're comfortable and you're comfortable going down and floating and bobbing, you just can't figure out how to do the swim thing, then you'll watch Richard and David and the rest of our crew out here, and you can do this the same way. So big breath, real gentle slide into the water. Don't drop, because you're going to sink if you drop, right? Real gentle slide, and then just level out, and we'll see what we got. So you see some people will start low, then they'll come back up high. We've got Tony over here who's not back at water level. We have Richard who's under the water. He always floats under the water. David's got a little bit of head out. Hunter's got a little head out. Ikwanda down here is really low, and Rachel is really low, and we're going to get them to come up because they can. Okay, beautiful, thank you. Come up. Now, I want you to do one more. I want you to do a big breath this time, okay? So, big breath, and then don't drop. Lower real gently, and let's see where you end up with a big breath, okay? All right. There we go. That's what I expected. See, a little more heads, but still, Richard's still well below. Tony's coming up. Ikwanda is moving. She's having trouble staying straight up and down. And that'll happen. If that does, hold the wall, hold yourself up and down, and just see where you sink. What we're looking for is this sink. Beautiful. Okay. Good. Thank you. So you see we've got people who are floating under the water. They're not up here. They're actually under the water. And we'll show you the good one of Richard in the deep and Tony in the deep, where you can see the best float they've got is under the water. So that's first thing. Now, please do exactly the same thing. Go to that beautiful float that you have, and then start blowing out your air, okay? So take a good breath, get that good breath float, and then just start blowing out. Nikwanda, on this one, if you'll hold the wall just so it doesn't throw you forward, it'll make it better for the show. Okay, if you would, deep breath, gentle in, blow out. And we're going to see, so you see in the back, Patty's back there, and we have Patty here as a ringer. She's a floater, so she'll always float. It's hard for her to get down, but everybody else here has a chance of floating. Now, Van used to be one of my best floaters, and you see, sinkers. He's floating at the top, and now he's having to blow out a chunk of air to get down to the bottom. But if you don't have air for anybody close to a sinker, you go to the bottom. That's what happens. So air is really critical for sinkers. Across the board, it's critical. So beautiful. Thank you very much. So I don't have a brick. Usually have a brick. It gets to the bottom faster, but people say they sink like a brick all the time. Nobody sinks like a brick. Richard doesn't sink like a brick. He can throw the disc in college, that's why he's so beefy, but he doesn't sink like a brick. So I'm going to prove it, okay? So Richard, if you'll come over, I want to, would David, would you and Hunter hold Richard so he's level? Okay, just like this is level, all right? So let him just hold your chest and your feet up, okay? And grab your breath, and then we're just going to let go. And we know you sink, we know this sinks, but we're going to see you sinks faster. And turn this way if you would, so we can get you on the camera. On his stomach. Okay, on his stomach. Yeah, on his stomach.
So
yes, sir. Just on his stomach. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hop in place there. Okay. Now go ahead and go. So what they've got you, and we're going to let go at the same time. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Let go. Oh wow. No. No, he didn't win. No. Brick still wins. Brick wins. You don't sink like a brick. It doesn't happen. Okay. Now we're good. Thank you. Good. Thank you. I've wanted to do that for so long. I have another hilarious one. Y'all know what's hilarious? So we're going to do something fun to talk about weight. So up on land, there are a whole different set of rules. We talked about that a little bit already, but I really want to show it in a cool way with sinkers. So we're going to take Richard, and he's going to lay on the ground, and we're going to see how many people it takes to pick him up on land. All right, gentlemen.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
4 guys, and they're struggling. Okay, let him down gently. Great. Now we're going to see how many people it takes to get him up when he's at the bottom of the pool in the water. Okay? Good. All right. Whenever you're ready, sir. One arm. One arm. One arm. Okay. Richard, on this one, blow your breath out, fall back all the way, and you'll have to let your air out, but be laying on the bottom just like you were there, and then we'll get you picked up. Now, that's right, we got it. That's hilarious. But the air's helping, right? Yeah. So play with me on this one. Do your go out about half. Yeah. As you go all the way down, and you might even drop in first, and then see if you can't lay out. It'll get you there faster, so you won't run out of air. Okay. All right, Richard. Woo. You boys need to do some work. That's beautiful. Okay, thank you. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. It's a YouTube channel. We're here, so there are a few things we need to say.
You should like and subscribe to keep up with us.
Ring the bell so you know when the next video comes out, and share with your friends.
If you've got comments, let us know. We will respond to your comments. We have merch down at the bottom. It's not anything as cool as this, but it's the newest versions of these things. And we have a lot of other social medias like
Facebook
and TikTok
And Instagram.
And we wish you years of comfort in the water.